But, all right. So we're starting in a, there's nothing here. Then I would probably not speak about politics. Because I wouldn't want to be reported, because I think the idea of being reported is going to mean something more. Right? I also probably allowed to have it, you can buy butter.
You can make butter.
Which is, well, the wife says you can make butter. That's true, but you actually have to make the butter. And sometimes that's a pain in the ass. Let's see if we can connect it here. With the power right there. And there's that. Okay, so now this it no longer promoted almost constantly, especially in one-on-one situations, which every one of my employees has to put up with every month. A couple of them have to deal with every 2 weeks. And that question is always the exact same. How are you? Everybody just stacks up right there all nice. I was thinking one joint park, then 2 separate parks to start, because we're still fucking around fighting our spout. No, fuck off. Fuck you. No. Right. Is we kind of built a park by committee, right? Chat built the park, and I just drove the engine. And so this one with 3 different, but turns out these are 3 different ones. So this is one, this is one, this is one. They're each independent, even though you pay to get up here. You can only slide down one. And so it's
Miss Ma'am. Hi Flappy. How you doing? How's your evening? Welcome to the chaos.
If that outcome bothers you, I urge you to pay better attention, understand better. But again, people who don't recognize that Rage Against the Machine is a political band, you think they're media. They just don't get it. They don't understand media literacy. They misinterpret like primary characters. They misinterpret American History X. They misinterpret American Psycho. They misinterpret The Punisher. They misinterpret The Boys. So there's 2 different delete tools. When you go, again, you're going to delete a path, you got to go in the path tool. Why? Because path is life. Path is love. So the delete tool is the last tab on the path tool. Because remember, this is still the path tool. This is the only tool. Yeah, he wears blended fabrics. Oh man, it's so funny. So funny. All right, what is this zone called? What are we gonna call this zone? This is I and when that pushback comes, there's going to be a lot of questions. Go, wait, no. It's the liberals that are getting pissed off, not you. Why are you getting mad? This is supposed to be making them mad. And then they say, well, because we've analyzed it. All had ample opportunity to speak your piece to me today. And I listened and I allowed whatever fears anybody wanted to talk about, because that's what is expected. All good. So you know, people started grabbing me during my meetings and basically said, hey, I kind of want to talk about this. So I had one of my folks really
I don't see a letter, babe.
right is terrible for the employees. We got a break room. Oh no, we don't. We got to put a break room down, don't we? Oh no, we did. We put it down. I put it on the pad right there. It is right there. Oh no, it's not a break room. Oh yeah, it is a break room. There it is. Okay, never mind. curious about the ones that show up on their side. What is it? Was it part of this, like the explosions, or where what's his face? Hootie, the blowfish, shoots out those spikes and makes him get in the way. Well, the solar panels could bother. Like if he had instructions to go perform maintenance on the solar panel before he went to lunch, unless we hit that emergency call button, he would come back, finish that solar panel, and then come over to the ride. It's just the way I'm basically telling them to do. So she won't waste any time going over to where the bathroom is, even if the bathroom is hot and spicy, which it sometimes gets with that super green funk. Okay. Out of the parts that the game supplies. Now, what I've done in the past, and is you go to, so the Regina Park will be the theme park. Well, your franchise parks have not been added to this list. Yeah, Babuvilia. They have a funny way of talking, don't they? They sound like Sims. They very, very weird, a very, very weird dichotomy where there would be a king-making session. It's not over yet, man. It's not over yet. That to play at the entrance. So should I look at Experience Regina, or are you already in it? Oh, it's locked. Yeah, you're in it right now. See, it says it's locked.
With around 200,000 people, and
so we start with kind of interesting. It's probably the explodey guy. I do appreciate it though. There's a lot of kinetic energy here now. A lot more. Who is our new Doug? Path to the dumpling. And they had some, we had a lot of shrimp. We had a lot of shrimp, including some really crazy big shrimp balls, which were almost too much, almost too much. I haven't really shaved in November. I know there's this no shave November thing. That's a deal. So I've never really done it because I don't really give a shit, but I'm flat. And so that makes it easier to understand how the functions work, how the conflicts, and most importantly, how the relationships, because everything is everything. I think that's a fair statement. I think ride condition. Now, ride condition goes from 100 to 0. Now, the ride also has and in the case of like the ride, if we look at our staff right now and we say, okay, show me the ride mechanics, the ride attendants. We have one, Mr. Joe Hollingsworth. That's the only pathing because, again, this is super simple. But if you have a complicated path with an area park that was sort of maybe built over weird circumstances, or maybe you couldn't quite get it to go, so you did some kind of weird build around, and all of a sudden it's on the future. I really do. I really, really do. Again, I'm not happy because none of that future is very attractive. But the fact of the matter is, the path we've been on ain't that great, right? We should be respectable, goddammit. But anyway, we're not. So I've been trying to get a handle on why.
All right. That cookie was so good.
No, I did not. No, these are in the lower. No, these are in the terraces. I had them set with the ride for a while, and then ended up. Oh, I hadn't.
Oh, day 2.
Crash study, because it is my belief that the trash cans are bugged. And I'll explain the criteria here in a moment, but welcome. I'm a weird little fucker, old as shit. And then of course I get old and I'm like, get rid of this hair, come on. And it's not worth it. I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered. It's just, oh, I can pull this. How can we, what kind of topics of conversation do I have? What do we have? That's our franchise name, the Hootie Hoot Corp. Oh yeah, okay, I'm in. Make sure remember I'm not in goddamn sandbox. So I am not gonna mess with the starting turnstile yet. What I will do, see, I have no so I did a pretty good job. I basically, normally I've got a fucking like a Reddit feed open, and today I only had the Planet Code. Those of us who feel like they're in those groups, you support them. We all need to support them, big time. Luigi, I don't think it will take a mechanic, a janitor. What is this? Oh, that's a ride monitor, and this is the guy that works at the burger shop that we put in. So I think we need to have two parks. You got the Regina Park, and then we need the other one. Whatever the other one's gonna be. We need to put our heads together and decide. See if we, oh, hold on. Hats, oh no, not hats, mementos. Memento. I don't feel like I can wait for this stuff to kick in. Let's see if this helps. But I want to make this like a field of solar panels. So we're gonna go ahead and line this place with some of these here. Let's see. Why is it snapping like that? Is that where I want it to snap? Trash compact, something like that. It's just they pack it down, which makes the first three janitors like, what's their purpose? Right? So big shit was dropped here adjacent to this thing. Like that. No, stop. Stay paused. I wish there was a way to lock. Creepy though. Most of the time. Most of the time anyway. Let's see, oh, we're almost filled up. Who's our last duck there? Who's our last duck? The frequency of maintenance. I cannot find it anywhere in any dialog box. I cannot find it. Now, if you can find it, let me know. I'm all ears. With a little bit of scalp too, but mostly ears. Because I'd like to understand. It was looking early, a little bit surprising to me. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. So I've over the years, I don't know where to go. I don't know where. That's not really a thing. See, and that's the argument, right? Now you realize that the argument is dumb. You realize that people are dumb for hearing that argument, because what makes the argument so foolish. Explore parks. Oh, there we go. So if I click here, I can make my own park. So that means you could go and finish whatever you wanted to get done, or put those paths back in. Or should you just say, stay in the sun, you bitches, what the hell? I'm bothered a little bit by the fact that there's no red. Right, but why? Would you rather have a society that forces children on you, or would you rather address the underlying issue why birth rates are down?
So, I was actually gifted this.
I've set my parameters here. Now you got to have your style set too, because otherwise it'll change it. But we haven't really changed that. So this is the fence I want. You have to make sure this is turned on, and then you click. But you got right back in line. Fantasy that my leader will actually do something free. Well, yeah, that is the way it works. That's the fantasy, right? This is why sometimes you see
Oh, day 2.
around, and it slows way down there, and then it gets some reassurance. Now look, I don't necessarily think it's fair that job falls on me, but shrimp wrapped in bacon. That's like a Leviticus treat, isn't it? Isn't that like a Leviticus treat right there, man? That is hitting it all. So we got ducks, like rubber ducks. They're floating around and they're doing their things. And the solar panels. So here's our maintenance guy right here. We have one maintenance guy, right? If I recall correctly, we'll go to the staff, go to the schedule.
She got to go. I'll never get to go now that it's gone. I'd much rather sit.
It's an environmentally friendly theme park. So you're supposed to like make wooden coasters and all that shit. So the game starts where it's all just dirt road, dirt paths. And you have these there's 6 or 9 solar panels up on. Say, yes, I rode on that ride when it broke down. Space Mountain is amazing when it breaks down because they have to turn on all the fucking lights. And then you're in there and you're like, oh, fuck. But I've never broken down on Space Mountain where they didn't restore it. In other words, where I had to get it back. Let's go ahead and give Disco a little more time to help make sure the world makes sense to us. You know, there's just something about music that means nothing except get off your ass and go dance. They stay in power because there's a lot of well, I don't like to use any of the cliched terms. There's a lot of money. I'm not going to say dark money, but I'm just going to say there's a lot of money that is aimed at the opposition of those. The ride condition does not change. Other times when it gets serviced, the ride condition goes up a little bit. So the key is when this thing's certificate wears out, you need to get a guy over to this ride right away because of these bugs that are game breaking, you know, or really frustrating. Like for me, I want to hit the people cap. I want to make them happy. I want to get the achievements for happiness. I want to have a theme park that is a pleasant to look at in every direction, and I'm kind of proud of it.
Oh shit.
This is a fuck, man. They've had that first road trip to start the season was long, and now they're on the road again. But this is tough. This is tough leg. So sugar baby. God damn it! Fuck. I can't see when the thing's all wet. Okay, move there. Nacho. Okay, well, that's on Janice. But there's Hootie. Hootie was recent.
No, there is time. Let me pet the cat. Let me pet the kitty!
Oh, yeah, it's cool. You guys did it last year. You're fine. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't remember we did it last year. In fact, I don't remember if it was 7. It felt like it, but either way, I've been all right. I have not watched.
Ghost, you're a genius. Okay, kid can fall. Kid is clumsy. Noted.
All he's got rivets and joints.
That looks like a robot duck.
A robot duck. What in the? What was that? Malady. Resulted in whenever someone said, "Hey, you got game X?" Yeah, I got game X. You know, where I would be able to answer that affirmative all the Maddox on break. All right, on break. Now, if we unfilter this, how can I unfilter it quickly? I don't know. Let's go this way. Is the fact that the game is self-referential everywhere. The word Planet Coaster shows up in too many different locations, sort of like this thing right here. You know, I might. Look at Parrot McParrot face. He's looking at the corner going, why am I here with all these ducks? Where's my dad? Easing you into building coasters. I don't build coasters. It's building coasters is a little bit of an art. Hey, stop. Paw, thank you.
Nobody has the right to live their lives being protected from offense or from insult or from hurt feelings.
Oh, go boom. Can't see him anymore. Oh, look at Lucy. Lucy's taking us away. Whoa, Dad, where are you going? Out to get a pack of smokes and some milk. Hit at a time when Roller Coaster Tycoon, who was the market leader, if you will, or at least they had the market recognizable name. I'm sorry, but I have a free bottle of wine for helping the neighbor a few weeks. The fact that being the man is, you know, the straight man is the where we want to keep the power concentrated. Here's why every other belief is wrong.
Women are scary.
Women are scary. Emphasis on rides that interact with each other. I love rides that interact with each other, like you know, a monorail that goes through a roller coaster, or a train ride that goes over a log flume, or whatever. Anytime you can integrate two rides together in the same space, I think that's just cool. But I'm so jealous of our Canadian friends is if our pal Uncle Arnie sold his lemon punch up in Canada, he could sell it in dosages higher than 100 milligrams. And then you could like really get. There we go, pizza bitch. I am locked in. I am locked in. The games I have got to be interesting to me. They have to be interesting to me. More roller coaster components inside them as well as some of the multimedia functionality, and you know that's more than I need to do. I'm not, you know, I wanted some scripted stuff, and when I was in the building, there's immense controls in the building. But I think the logic is treat this as path simulator. This is a crowd simulator with a pathing tool that is super important to crowd management. Fuck 'em. That's just the way it is. I've felt that part of my personality leave my body, and it was like, oh shit. I wonder if it's gonna let me go through there. I don't know. We're gonna try. It did. Okay, so now there's parrot face. What was that? And these two Transformers, these two rides and these two Transformers and then these two transformers in this ride, that would be 3 mechanics if we take into account a brake, right? That means you have a better chance at making stuff happen. You have a better chance of introducing legislation that maybe appeals to one of the smaller groups that might appeal to another group. It creates interesting alliances. But this way, the way that we have the aquatic themed teacups, a resort themed teacups. We also have a buoyancy ride. Not all fucked up. You're not all, getting your head all jangled back because it's too many G's when you turn a corner or some shit, because they're like, fuck the design, let's just go. Duck, one that moves a lot of things. Okay, so Darkwing is the most recent. God damn it, I don't understand. Yeah.
Nope.
Darkwing, there he is. All right, click on it. Darkwing. Yeah, little bit bigger. There we go. Hotkeys are so important. They're so important. I think they are absolutely crucial. And so yeah, that I'd rather fight for it. Feels more natural. Feels like more like what we would do, like what we're supposed to do. But we do get this cool simulated effect of people coming in. From the entry buses over here, they stopping at the. Oh, we put a guest services up front. I put one right there. So is there anything in your park? Because this is loaded. There's like nothing here. I'm a homer. And I've loved these types of games since the original theme park from Bullfrog back in the day. I've loved Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, 2, 3. I love Coaster 1.
Stressing me out for no reason. Yeah, we really are in dire need of a weenie voice note.
Who are in groups that are under fire. So I also a little bit of documentation ahead of time, normally drawings. But in this case, it can be simply, okay, we're going to have themed lands, right? Because I'd like to have a park with themed lands. So it was there, and that should give it power. So now when we click on it, it's untested. Okay, so now we got power. Now, I mentioned early on that I wasn't a big fan of
To dump them at the mill by end of day. Probably don't want to be sued after electrocution in this incident. Poor kid. A framed article from the school newspaper. The headline's about the time we won a kickball tournament.
This one is a little more of a slow burn. I could probably run it at a slightly faster speed, except when I do that, I lose track of the ride maintenance when it goes too quick. So, I find myself, there's a lot of people down there. All in the same one. We got 2 of the coasters restored. There's 2 more to go. Now, I've been going slow because I've been taking my time to the duck in my pool. It's lovely. All right. I'm going to send an email right now to that website. Town rides, all that stuff still turned on. Power, the whole 9 yards. Demands from the customers, which I think that. Well, let me. My perspective on sandbox mode is to be able to replicate, and this one is meeting the needs. And what I'm finding, I think it's kind of fun, honestly. So because the game has so much negativity, because so many people are like, why, Planet Coaster is terrible, it's terrible. And Well, here I can share. This is the one. So Pennsylvania is tipped. It's 51%, 48 to Trump. So that's troubling. Tolerate what they're carrying. This is like stuff you sell, typically hats, balloons, umbrellas. I don't actually know what we can sell in this game. I haven't played long enough to know what that is, but I'm a huge believer in selling. And then we did a poll about what we everyone to play, and ducks was one out. And so, but Cat's not excited about much anything, so I'm okay with that. We can have that happen.
Great! You made it. Quite the trek.
Those are the tutorial
we
guys.
have rather an interesting project on.
Down half the time. It already has problems on time off, where it goes down for a while. It's kind of it's a finicky. So I do know that there's a YouTube hates my ad blocker, and so I find that YouTube pages take a little.
I didn't die. I beat the game.
Stuff down, but it's not universal. It's not worldwide. You're not able to use that same grid here. Remember in Satisfactory, having that universal grid was crazy important to us, right? We used to throw that fucking thing down. What was I saying? I don't remember.